Kenny, before the game, you spoke about wanting to see the compete level. That's the thing you were looking for with this group. Overall, what did you think of the effort tonight?
Phenomenal. Even in the first half where I felt like we're in a good place, even though the game was really close. Our guys gave a phenomenal effort. We played 11 guys. 11 guys contributed. But we had one heroic performance, which I'm sure, Dan, you're probably going to ask about. Craig Porter Jr., that's, incredible. And not the scoring, just the whole thing, the defense. You won't see it on the stats. He had 11 deflections, too, 3 blocks, 4 steals. He was, like I said, it was a heroic performance. We needed it.
How important is it for him to be able to do all of those other things aside from the normal point guard duties that include, helping teammates out?
Well, yeah, he did all the role player things. Played defense, got blocks, got steals, deflections. That's his role. But then to add 19 points, 3 for 3 from 3. It's just a great performance. I'm really happy for him because he's putting in a lot of work and, really worked on his body this summer. I said before the game, he always is top of the charts in terms of our, body comps and all that. So glad to see him have a great game.
What did you think of Jarrett overall tonight?
Oh, man, I loved how we posted him. They went small, and that's where Zoe really comes into play. Like Zoe understands what's happening out there, and he just kept feeding J.A. He just kept telling him to go down there, and that was contagious. We just kept getting the ball to J.A. deep in the post, and that was a big part of the win. That prevents them from going small. They had to go back with Ware, to get bigger.
Coach, I know Tyrese went, I think, 25% from 3, but he kept shooting, and I think Craig and him were plus 20, I think, when they were on the floor together.
Naquan, too, I think.
Yeah, Naquan, another one. What does it feel like to have 3 young dudes just be able to impact a game like that?
Listen, it's a great sign of a good program. When you have young guys that haven't been playing, and all of a sudden they can come and get an NBA win. We all know how the cost of an NBA win. It's hard. It's hard to get a win, and those guys. I just kept thinking back all the work they did this summer, and especially Naquan, Luke Travers. You can feel their maturity. You can feel them coming as NBA players, and then Tyrese is just talented as heck. He's just handles. He can shoot. He's got gumption. He's got swag. I think he's going to play in this league a long time. He's so skilled and tough kid. He was great for us tonight.
Felt like when Thomas Bryant entered the game in the first half that he made an immediate impact.
Yeah.
What did you think of what he brought to the floor?
Energy, Dan. He's Mr. Energy. Whether he plays, he doesn't play. I always worry. He almost like he expends so much energy cheering. I'm worried if he has enough for the court. His spirit is just always like super high, and his energy super high. And man, I just give our front office credit. He's your perfect. I don't know what we want to call him. Fourth big, perfect. He fits perfect with what we want to do. But I agree with Dan. I think he got us going a little bit, and then had good minutes in the second half too.
And then for you, just with this group, what does it mean when Donovan, Darius, Evan, Max, those guys, Jalen not available, and I know Jalen wasn't out there, but those guys are the first ones consistently off the bench celebrating the guys that are in. What does that mean to you?
Man, we, Dan, we got great leadership. Those guys, I shouldn't say that, but there are teams where the guys won't even come out, right, and sit on the bench. Their teams are, the better players stay back in the locker room, and our guys are out there. And that's the way it should be. That's what a team's about. But that's the type of guys we have, and they're like high school kids out there, cheering, and they're into the game. They're jumping up and down. They're so happy for their teammates. It was great to see.
Coach, you were talking about, the veterans kind of being leaders. I know Lonzo and DeAndre Hunter were kind of tone setters. And speaking on Tyrese, a big guard like Lonzo, DeAndre Hunter has, similar game impact that a guy like Jalen Tyson can have. Dean Wade is someone similar to Luke Travers being, a combo forward. What's it like having, young guys similar to your veterans that can, kind of mimic them?
Tonight we needed that length tonight. We needed that size, Luke's size. We needed Naquan's size because, last night they were just kind of getting in the lane, hitting us, getting separation. But the fact that we had our young guys out there with size and Tyrese is pretty long too. So you just can't, you just can't bully him. So it actually turned out in our favor defensively to have those long, kind of athletic guys in there defensively.
Finish up with Chris.
Chris?
Hey, Kenny, you guys didn't lead at any point in the first 3 quarters. What does it take to flip a game like that in the fourth?
Chris, it was one of those games where we felt really good about our process, and obviously not all games are like that. So there's just a real positive energy that we're going to turn this thing around. We track a lot of things. We're tracking the possession game, like we're plus. We got the expected score. Like we're in a good place, and we just kept telling them over. We're in a great place. We're in a great place. It's going to turn. We're going to start making a few shots. But eventually it turned.
You've talked throughout the course of this season, even going back to training camp, about being hard on Craig for a reason.
Yeah.
Try and pull something out of him. Is this what you're hoping to see?
This is like the culminate. Me and him had some tough conversations this summer. Kind of one-on-one. I kind of, just kind of man-to-man coached the player and told him the things we needed, and he agreed. We've just kind of had a pact. I need you in here early. We need you in here early. We need you to get your body comp to this kind of marker. Where we just had all these like kind of KPIs we needed to see, because I wasn't satisfied with myself how we developed last year. Like I felt like I didn't do a good job. And this summer I said, man, we gotta turn this. We gotta have a different approach. But the credit is all him. He put in the work. He sacrificed a lot. Just awesome to see him have a game like tonight.
You good? All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Safe travel.